So I saw Three from Hell, and you know what? This is a pretty badass poster, I must say. The movie, on the other hand, what's up, guys, and welcome to Movie and Point's movie review of Three from Hell. The third film in the Devil's Rejects trilogy is directed by Rob Zombie, and it stars Sheri's Moon Zombie, Bill Moseley, Richard Brake, Jeff Daniel Phillips, and Sid Haig. So, Three from Hell is very interesting. It's a movie that is pretty terrible in its dialogue. It's pretty awful in its exploitative nature, violence and nudity and tropes, and it's a movie that I'm surprised got made, especially after the second movie. I still went to see this in the theater because I still have kind of a soft spot for what Rob Zombie does. I don't know why. It's a movie that just you sit there and wonder, like, Clint Howard's in this movie, Danny Trejo's in this movie. It's just like you're like, these characters don't make any sense. They're not really in the movie that much, and it's just like you kind of wonder what the point of this movie is, because the second movie I actually kind of enjoyed for its grindhouse feel and its weird offbeat. It's a complete 180 from House of a Thousand Corpses. This movie is a continuation of The Devil's Rejects. It uses the same camera styles, the same feel and focus. There's a lot of news reporting. There's a lot of violence, like I said, but it doesn't work as well as The Devil's Rejects in the sense of what it's trying to do. There's a lot of janky stuff in this movie. There's a lot of weird tropes. Sherry Moon Zombie is fine as Baby Firefly. She's, who she is. She, leans into the character as she always has. Bill Moseley is Otis. I actually found something kind of funny about this movie that I didn't even see coming. This must be where Will Arnett gets his tropes and ticks and stuff like that, because Bill Moseley's Otis character sounds exactly like Will Arnett. So I don't know if maybe Otis was like a character that he played off of. I don't know. Maybe it's just a coincidence. It probably is a coincidence, but it's really funny. If you watch this movie, which I know a lot of people won't because it's a very graphic movie, just listen to how Bill Moseley talks. It's very, very similar to Will Arnett's character, and it's so weird, especially when you see how Will Arnett is in the Last Man on Earth. It's really funny. Just check it out. But the story is basically, somehow after the second movie, after we thought these characters were dead, they're somehow magically rejuvenated and they are sent to prison. And as these things go, as you're expecting, they are somehow able to get out of prison, which is almost impossible. Unfortunately, Sid Haig is not in this movie very much, so we get a new character played by Richard Brake, who plays the nephew or the cousin of Otis's character. He's called the Night Wolf or something because he howls all the time, and they go on murderous rampages, and they somehow end up in Mexico, and there's violence to be had, and there's racists to be had, and there's commentary on all kinds of weird things, and it is what it is. I can't really say much more than that. It's a Rob Zombie movie through and through. He has no qualms about what he does and who he does, and he has no problems with going as far as he does, because he is that kind of guy. He's known for his shock factor in movies. If you ever go back to 31 or The Lords of Salem, it's just what Rob Zombie does. He's not a very talented writer, but he is great. Great at visuals. It's really strange because House of a Thousand Corpses was not a good movie. I despise that movie a lot, but it looked actually kind of cool. And I think it had that rock feel, that metal feel, which is really crazy because I thought it was a complete ripoff of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But with that said and done, when he moves it into the grindhouse feel with the Devil's Rejects, and here with the Three from Hell, it's a really fascinating look, and it really shows you that Rob Zombie has actually come into his own as a filmmaker, in the filmmaking sense, not the writing sense, but the filmmaking sense. This movie is gorgeous, and it's uncomfortable, and it's dirty, and it's grindy, and it's just grimy, and you don't want to touch anything. You don't want to touch any of these characters because they're so disgusting, and that's what you get. They're just disgusting, icky characters, and it's hard to root for them. It's hard to root for anyone in these movies because they're all awful people. But with that said and done, it still is a Rob Zombie movie. You have to understand that if you're not into these types of movies, you will not like this movie. I even found myself going, it's a little too excessive, but I enjoy it for what it's worth. It's a Rob Zombie movie through and through. That's what I went for. That's what I paid for, and that's exactly what I got. A movie with a bunch of violence, bunch of language, and over the top, disgusting characters. So there you go. But that'll do it. That'll be my take on Three from Hell. Like I said, go in with a caution. Don't see this movie if you don't like his other movies. So, but if you do like his movies, comment below what your favorite movie of his is. If you see this movie, tell me what your favorite part about this movie is. And yeah, there you go. Comment below. So, anyways, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit the notification bell at the top to find out what's coming next. And comment below on any video that you watch. But otherwise, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for checking out Movie Emporium. I really appreciate it. If you want to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification button and the bell at the top. Find out what's coming next for Movie Emporium. Also, check out these two videos. They're amazing. I think they're awesome. I think you'll enjoy them too. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.